Hello, my name is Joe, and welcome to my channel. Today, it is Friday the 28th, the last day of February, and in the 11th hour, I am making a submission for a BookTube event that I was not planning on participating in. And that BookTube event is Holmes is Where the Heart Is. This is a BookTube event created by Jim with Mystery and Mayhem. It's also co-hosted by Mark at Book Time with Elvis, Greg at Another Bibliophile Reads, Randy Ray at The Literate Texan, and Alan at Big Hard Books and Classics. So thank you all for hosting this event. This is the last day of February. I only read one novel. So with many of these BookTube events, generally there are kind of a 4-week program where you kind of make your way through the month reading, a certain author or a certain genre. In this case, of course, it's Sir Arthur Conan Doyle or Sherlock Holmes. And this is the 11th hour here, so I only had time to read one novel, and this coincides with I've been wanting to read one more mystery and two. I've never read Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I've never read a Sherlock Holmes novel. So I've been kind of wanting to do that for a while now. And I didn't even know that this event was going on until just a couple days ago. So I thought, well, this is perfect. I will go find something. I know these books are free online. I've been having a lot of fun on my Kindle. By the way, that's something briefly I'll talk about. I know Kindle and Amazon is in hot water with the BookTube community at large. I'm still reading a Kindle, but I am looking for books outside of the Amazon ecosphere. So I did find, even though these books you can find them for free online, I actually spent just a few bucks on the Delphi Classics collection of, I think if it's not everything from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, it is quite a bit. It's all his Sherlock Holmes novels, short stories, and he has several more novels that were available with this collection. So I have a lot here. I've loaded this thing up with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and I can't wait to read more. I don't know when I will read the next novel, but I'm sure it will be at some point before the end of the year. So if I haven't mentioned it, the novel that I read was A Study in Scarlet, the first Sherlock Holmes novel. And what did I think about it? Overall, I loved it. The first thing that I noticed immediately was I like Watson and I like Sherlock Holmes. They are very likable. Holmes is entertaining. He has this arrogance to him. But I also, his ego is so big that I can't exactly remember the circumstance in the story, but there's a moment where he might be wrong about something. And you can tell if he's wrong, I feel like his ego would just come crashing down. And it makes me want to just spend more time with this character. And I want to observe the interaction between Watson and Holmes, and also the Scotland Yard detectives too. It's very funny, all their interactions. I will say that, so I'm sure most people participating in this event have read A Study in Scarlet. But if you haven't, I'm not going to give you major spoilers. But I will say that the novel is divided up into two halves. The first half is Holmes solving the mystery, and by the halfway point in the novel, the mystery is solved. And then in the second half, there is, and I'm going to use the word jarring, but I don't really necessarily mean it in a bad way, but it is a bit jarring in the second half because we now travel back in time. We're not just traveling back in time as the reader, we're traveling to the American continent. And the book, for a few chapters, becomes a Western. As you learn the backstories of the people that were involved in the crimes and the murders. And it is very fascinating. It's about Mormons in Utah, and it's kind of, if you're not expecting it, I think jarring is the word. Again, not in a bad way, but it's surprising. I do think that part does drag a little bit, and it brings, in my opinion, it does bring the novel down slightly. But that first half of the novel is very entertaining, very likable, and you just fall in love with both Holmes and Watson as characters. I really don't have too much more to say about it. At some point before the end of the year, I am sure, maybe even next month, as we read mystery novels in the month of March, I might read another Sherlock Holmes novel. We will see. But at some point, I'm sure I'll read another one. As I do my monthly reading reports at the end of the month, you should keep an eye out for my February reading report. I'll probably do that this weekend or early next week. But I'm sure at some point another Arthur Conan Doyle novel will make it into one of those lists. But that's all I have for now. Thank you.